Good morning YouTubers, and this morning we're at Bury Castle Hill Fort near Torrington in North Devon, and today I'm having a little scout to see what sort of autumn colour we can find in the woods around here. So come along and enjoy the search. Hi, so I'm much deeper in the woods now, as you can see, and I think I found this little fern behind me. I think you can probably see that. I think there might be a good composition to make out of that, so we'll just wander around. So the important thing for this is to have a look and see where we get the best background, in fact, because, for example, if we go down here, then you end up with that great big tree. So either I have to go for that tree there, which is going to mess up the composition. So you could go for that with a couple of trees, but they're just too bulky, I think. So I think we want to wander around, probably go, I don't mind having the trees, but they need to frame. So I'm using my 16mm, which is slightly wider than this webcam, but I think somewhere there you get the trees for context without dominating the fern, which is really the star of the show. So it feels to me like this is going to be another day for ferns. So I'm right off the path now, and I found this gorgeous fern here. Look at the colour on that, it's fantastic. Well, YouTubers, I was just heading back to the car, and I spotted this branch with a sort of yellow and green, which is just there. I'll just zoom in for you. So I don't know if this is going to work or not, but it looks quite interesting, especially if it catches the light. So I'm going to put this down and go and see what we can do with that. Okay, well, I think that is time for me to pack everything up, because it's time for me to go to the boring supermarket to do my food shopping. So let's just pack that away, tromp through the mud. So thank you all for joining me on this very soggy walk around Bury Hill Fort. I have a feeling this might be a two-parter because I'm not sure I've got enough footage to be both putting into one video. So this was a fantastic day, and who knows what tomorrow will bring. Good morning YouTubers, welcome back to the woods around Bury Castle Hill Fort. As I expected, I'm going to have to do a part 2. Well, can't say that I was really entirely happy with all of the pictures I took on the previous segment, but it's all about learning and getting better, isn't it? So I overdid the polarizer on some of the ferns, which made them colours too rich, and to be honest, I think trying to lug a tripod around and do YouTube videos, which involves another tripod, and I didn't have the right boots for the very, very muddy conditions, all meant I wasn't really focusing enough on compositions. So today I've come without the tripod. I've got a lighter lens. I'm going to push the ISO so that I can get the depth of field that I want without needing a tripod for the longer shutter speeds. So weather is very intermittent, showery, sunny, difficult to tell what we're going to get. At the moment there's no sun, but also there's no rain, so that's a bonus. And I'm walking in a different bit of the woods from the previous day, and we're actually just turning up to the hill fort itself. So while I'm looking for compositions, I will probably give you a quick introduction to the hill fort. At least you'll learn something from this video then, and maybe we'll spot something worth photographing as we go around. Okay, so enough of my mug. We'll turn you around and have a look at the countryside around here. Here's the sign, which you definitely can't read at all. Welcome to Bury Castle, which is a small Iron Age hilltop enclosure, formerly known as a hill fort. So what you've got here, this is the enclosure itself. So if you look down there, that's the sort of enclosed bit, and you can just see, I'll just walk forward a bit, this is effectively one of the entrances right here, and then you can see on the horizon over there is a sort of ramparty bit, and it goes round all the way around there. You can see here, there's that side, and then if we go back, you can just sort of make out down there, loops round, there's a ditch, a rampart back up here, and then you've got some beautiful North Devon countryside. We've got an interesting selection of trees. On that side we've got conifers, your typical Forestry Commission type land. This cleared area in the middle, and then on that side older deciduous woodland, which I think is where I'm going to head. So I'm going to take a walk down the middle and then loop round down there into this valley over here, and then we'll just see what we see. Here we have my first point of interest. We've got this tree trunk with some mushrooms. The sun's come out. Well, mushrooms, fungi, whatever you want to call them. These ones here are quite interesting, so I think we'll go for a quick shot on that. So we've got the Fuji XF35mmF2 weather resistant lens, ready for the rain. I'm going for auto ISO, and I think we want a composition that gets this with a little bit of background. That tree in there's quite nice. I'm just investigating this interesting looking gnarly tree trunk here. I'm at the bottom end of the hill fort now, so if you look up the hill you get a different perspective. So I was standing up there at the top by the trees earlier, so I'm just going to have a look to see if there's a nice composition just catching the whole hill fort with this tree trunk as the foreground, midground is that there ditch, and then you've got the foreground is all the tree trunks over there. What's caught my eye here, you can't see it now because the sun's gone behind a cloud, but these grasses here were lit quite nicely by the side light of the sun, and then that tree, which looks a bit dull at the moment, that was actually the top of that was lit by the sun but leaving everything else dark. So I'm in a path in the bottom of the valley. It's a lot darker down here, which is much more challenging from a photography point of view, but as you can see behind me there are some lovely ferns going up that tree, up that hill, and there's some trees that get lit up, so I just want to wander backwards and forwards and see if we can see a composition up there. We'll do a quick spin round of the path. So that's the path I've just come up. Over here there's a couple of lovely little streams, but I haven't figured out how to get down there safely yet because it's quite a drop and it's very slippery today. And then there's the path up to my previous location. So the question is, as you can see, the sky up there is really bright. So I want to see if I can get this sort of hillside of ferns but without a blown out sky. So I just want to wander backwards and forwards, see if we can find a decent composition. So what we've got here is a very nice view down the path. I've got this little bit of fern at the top, not fern, fir tree here at the top, some foreground. Down there there's a sort of twisted tree just to draw the eye onto the path a bit, and then up on the side here, lovely colours of the ferns. Okay, YouTubers, the light's gone, the rain is coming down much harder now, so I think we're going to call it a day and dash for the car on this very soggy day.